Okay. Good evening, students. Okay, today our next topic in the unit 5 is the multi-threading. Okay, this is the one of the module that is available within the Python to perform the different types of advanced operations. Okay, so in the unit 5 we have already discussed the different types of modules like data compression and math module and pattern matching module and OS module and time and date and time modules. Okay, now we'll see the multi-threading module. Okay, so multi-threading module is first we will see what is mean by the thread and how can we perform the multi-threading. Okay, thread is already we know that thread is nothing but a sequential uh, line. Okay, so that we can use this thread as a in the meaning of computers we can call the thread as a continuous process. Okay, continuous executing process we can call it as a thread. Okay, so this thread can be defined as a lightweight process. Okay, that is the process which is at present executing or which can be executed for a particular task. Okay, so the thread execution is a smallest sequence of programmed instructions. That is, we can create the thread as a set of instructions. Okay, that is, say for example, I want to perform the sum of 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, that sum of 1 to 10 numbers of code we can create it as a one thread, or generally it is a function. So the function we can attach to the a process which is called as a thread. Okay, so whatever the functions we are writing individually in our program, those functions we can create as the threads to make them as the processes. Okay, so this thread is generally used within the operating systems. Okay, this thread in the operating systems is called as the multitasking operation that we can perform with the using of threads. Okay, multitasking is nothing but more than one task can be executed at a time. Okay, so whenever you are working with the Windows operating system, okay, we have the multiple tasks are executed at a time. Okay, so whenever you are playing the videos, we can type the text in the word and you can play a PPT, that is we can present the PPT. Okay, or we can do the any other things, and that's the background process. Okay, for this multitasking we will use the threads in the operating system. Okay, those we'll call them as the monitors. Okay, but whenever you are working with the programming languages for this multitasking, we'll use the thread as a programming unit for performing of this multitask. Okay, so the in this diagram we can show we are showing the two threads. Okay, thread 2 and thread 1. Whenever you are executing the more than one process at a time or more than one task at a time, okay, then we can call it as a multi-threading. Okay, so say for example, if you want to execute the two functions simultaneously, that is, I want to perform the sum of 1 to 10 numbers and multiplication of 1 to 10 numbers parallelly. Okay, then we can make the two tasks as the two threads and we can execute them parallelly. Okay, so for that we can use the threads. Okay, so next we'll go for the explanation of this threading. Okay, so multi-threading is generally we can call this as a based on time division multiplexing or time division based execution. Okay, so for example, if you have the more than two tasks, like say for example, I have the multiple tasks. Okay, so say if I'm executing the multiple tasks or multiple process at a time. Okay, say those all tasks are placed within the a queue. Okay, say for example, this is the task 1, task 2, task 3 and task 4, like this. Okay, so whenever the first task is executing, the remaining all the tasks has to be wait. Okay, without waiting for the first task to complete, time division multiplexing is for each and every task it allows us some time, like 5 seconds for the first task and 5 seconds for the second task and 5 seconds for the third task and 5 seconds for the fourth task. Okay, then after the 5 seconds, okay, is it may be completed or may not be completed, the process, the CPU shifts to the second process. Okay, by executing the second process for 5 seconds, Okay, the CPU shifts to the third task. Then the CPU shifts to the fourth task after completing the 5 seconds of the third task. Okay, once after completing the fourth task for 5 seconds, it return back to again first task. Okay, again it executes the first task for another 5 seconds. Then it repeats the remaining all the tasks one after the other until unless the process complete. Okay, as in the same way our threads also execute like that. Okay, it's shifting from the one process or one task to another task. It try to execute the all the tasks simultaneously. Okay, so all our present operating systems are using this multitasking and multi-processor features. Okay, multi-processor, multitask, and multi-core and multi-user. Okay, these all are for the this parallel execution. Okay, this parallel execution can also be called as concurrent execution of the multiple applications. Okay, for this execution of a multiple applications simultaneously, there is a scheduler. Within the operating systems, they maintain a scheduler which will organize the jobs in a queue and execute the one job, one process after the another process. And it also uses the kernel of the operating system, which is also used to manipulate the threads and call the one thread after the other. Okay, so multi-threading is a one of the important programming feature that is already available in the Java and C# programming languages. Okay, the same feature is also providing in the Python programming language to work with the develop the multiple tasked applications using the Python. Okay, so we'll go for how to do this multi-threading and how to create the threads and how to execute the our programs in parallel. Okay. Okay. The following diagram shows how application does that. Okay, first is the main thread. Okay, main thread is nothing but the application, the main application, okay, which starts our process or our program execution. Okay, so that has the one thread. Okay, say for example, whenever you are executing the Python program, at the same time you may be have the another programs are executing in the background. Like you may be working simultaneously with any videos, or you are listening some songs, or you are doing any other work. At the same time you can open the Python and you can run the your programs. Okay, that is nothing but Python itself, it is already thread based. Okay, why? Because with the process, other process, the Python is also able to execute its tasks. Okay, so that is called as a main thread. Okay, that is the process, the thread which is created for the your program execution by the Python is called as the main thread. Okay. Okay, the other threads which we are creating for our programs are the our threads. Okay, so whenever the first our program is starts executing, then the main thread starts. Then whatever the threads we created in our application, those will be started. Okay, say for example first thread, second thread, or you can have the another threads. Okay, at the same time with our threads, the main thread is also executes. Okay, okay, that is nothing but our program is also in the execution. At the same time our internal threads of the program are also in the execution. Okay, okay, this process continued until unless our program completes its execution. And after closing these two threads, these two user defined threads, okay, then this main thread is also closed. That is, first these two threads are complete their execution. Okay, then our main thread completes the execution, because after completing the internal parts of the program only we can complete the main program. Okay, next. So Python threading, okay, it can be a preempted, interrupted, or something. Okay, this is can be called as, say for example, while executing the Python program, say for example power off. Okay, then it cannot stop the power off of the your system, so it stops the our program execution and goes on with the power off. Okay, as in the same way, whenever your program is executing, if you are giving any print instructions, that is, you started the printer and you are trying to take the printout. Okay, then also it stops the our program and go for the printer. Okay, so the those is called as the interrupt based. Okay, so for creating of a threads in the Python, okay, we require a module is the thread module. Okay, this is in the current versions of the Python, that is in the Python 2.4 and more, and other versions and advanced versions, okay, you can use the thread module as underscore thread. Okay, dot start new thread is the method in this module. Okay, within this we need to specify the function to be executed for our thread and the arguments required for this thread execution. Okay, so if you want to pass any arguments for this function, those arguments we can pass here. Okay, that is, this is the function which is executed with this thread. Okay, and after whenever you call the start new thread, okay, then this method starts execution, that is this function starts execution. Okay, so until unless the thread is not stopped, it continues in the execution of the function. Okay, like this you can create the n number of a threads. You can create again, you can call again underscore thread dot start new thread, and you can give you another function. Then those two functions are executed simultaneously. Okay, so we'll see the example for this. Okay, this is the example program. First we need to import the thread. Next we are importing a time for to display the time value of our system, okay, while executing our threads. Okay, this is a simple example. Just we are starting a two threads, and two threads simultaneously execute and shows the system time. Okay, thread name and the time. Okay, so here we are writing a function as the print time, and for this two parameters, thread name and delay, that is the time delay between the executions of the threads. And here we are started the count with the 0, while count is less than the 5, that is I want to repeat this loop for the 5 times. Time dot sleep of delay, that is this is the sleep function which is in the module time, okay, which stops the our execution for this many number of minutes. Okay, this delay is given in terms of seconds. Okay, that number of a seconds, okay, our execution will be stopped and continue after that particular delay time. Okay, if you are giving a 5 seconds, the 5 seconds execution temporarily stops and re-execute after 5 seconds. And count is incremented by 1, and display the values of the thread name and time. Okay, percentages and percentages. Okay, thread name is for the first percentages, and time dot c time of time dot time. Okay, this is the calendar time, c time is the calendar time. Okay, then we are calling a function of a time, okay, which takes the system time and shows that as the output. Okay, now we are creating a two threads, try and except blocks. Okay, these two are for if is there any interrupts or if is there any exceptions are thrown are raised while executing our threads, then those will be catched by this try, and for that exceptions it executes this instruction, that this print statement. Okay, so now we are starting a thread, underscore thread start new thread, print time is the function to be executed, and here we are giving a name of the thread as the thread 1. 2 is the delay, that is here we are creating this arguments as a tuple. Okay, so we are creating arguments as the tuple. So this is the thread name and this is the delay. Okay, again we are creating another thread, okay, with the same function print time, thread name as the thread 2, and 4 is the delay. Okay, if is there any exception, it shows the error unable to start the thread. Okay, this is our program. We will see after executing this program what is the output. Okay, this is the output of that execution of the program. Okay, thread 1 it shows the time 10:10:38. Sorry, this is 2013. Okay, it should thread 2 is after 2 minutes, after 2 seconds 40, and again thread 1 for the same time 40, and thread 1 42. Okay, thread 1 44. Okay, why? Because this is thread 1 is for 3 times, is here we have given the thread 2 for 4 seconds. Okay, that is up to that 4 seconds of a time our thread 1 will be in the execution. So it executes for 3 times, and at the 4th second thread 2 starts execution. Again thread 1, okay, again thread 2 for 3 times. Okay, based on the delay time which is given, okay, these will be executed. Okay, In the next class, we'll see the threads again.